This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Well, every golfer wants to come home, and here we are at the home of golf, the old course at St. Andrews. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports.
Yeah, and Rich, this is just a wonderful place to play the game. Every player that's ever sort of learnt to swing the golf club, this is the one course they wanted to play. The reason why is because every great this game has ever seen has walked across Saucon Bridge.
Frank, this is such an historic, iconic spot. When you tee off for the first hole at the old course, you're nervous, you're intimidated, inspired?
All of the above. You realize you're about to set foot on one of the hallowed grounds of golf where every great player has played. And it looks like a relatively simple hole, out of bounds down the right, and then the Saucon Burn starts to meander its way all the way down the right side and in front of that first green. So you'd like, especially if you're a little nervous, to have a nice full shot in for your second.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Second shot now for Keegan Bradley.
Hazard.
Maybe wet. Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Locked in on the read and the speed. Nice putt. Count it. This would give him a big momentum boost. Birdie putt for Keegan Bradley. 1 under early in the round. Now to the second hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, what's the best way to attack?
Ideally, if you're not the longest hitter, just down the right side. But if you've got some wind conditions, wind behind your back, you can nearly drive this green. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
What a putt. Just missed, Frank.
That's cruel.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Bottom of the barrel, and now they're 2 under. Clean this up with a tap. Did the job right there. On the tee box here at the 3rd now, Frank, all these holes look relatively straightforward. Can a golfer get lured in a kind of a false sense of security off the tee here at the Old Course?
No, well, you can. This hole, the 3rd hole, even shorter than the 2nd, so reachable. But a lot of people tend to bail out towards the left. That's the middle of the golf course. And that leaves you a devilish little pitch or short wedge across that big gaping bunker that protects both the 3rd and the 15th green. So once again, want to drive the ball down the right side, but there's a series of pot bunkers there.
Second shot, good look at the green. Frank, how did he do there?
Well, he's inside 30 feet, but 27 feet, it's not exactly what you'd call close.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, this one's tracking. Oh, he's gonna love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. He has this for par. So 2 under early on. At the 4th hole now, and Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is 2 ways to play the 4th off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St. Andrews.
So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got to weigh a little bit on that tee ball. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
So Frank, out of the bunker and back into play.
Yeah, the late Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's always the next one. Well, by getting the ball back in play, he just made that a little easier.
This is a long putt. Really, the key is the speed. If it drops, that's a bonus. Frank, he might like this one. He might like... Oh, he's going to love it, Frank. Oh, he's going to love it. Great putt. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Just a little tap in here. This game's amazing. You're rolling along, life is beautiful, and then bang.
Step away from the controller.
Total depression. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. It might be a tough shot coming up. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, it's certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
And from the fairway for his second shot here. In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it.
Lucky devil. That was going in the bunker all the way.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But, well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Settles in over the putt. So close. That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Birdie putt on the way for Keegan Bradley. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a couple of feet. Now at -2 for the day.
Even par currently.
Drops for a par. Now to the 374-yard par 4 sixth, another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here because that'll affect the strategy off the tee, but bunkers left and right to be avoided. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Good swing, good shot yet again. See if Bradley can roll this in. Oh, do that. Getting set now over the putt. Like Ben Crenshaw, like they're just so smooth.
Well played before.
Over the ball here at the 7th. And Frank, if you had to script a game plan here, what would it look like?
You could drive this pretty close to the green. This is a green that's shared with the 11th, the par 3. And you won't see that tee shot finish, but you can actually drive very, very close to a bunker called the Shell, which is the one that protects the par 3 11th.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Strong wind here early in the round. How do you think this is going to affect the players, Frank?
Well, they've got to be clever on the club selection and the type of shot they want to hit now.
Keegan lining this one up for birdie. Bottom of the barrel, and now the 2 under. So a tester from 4 feet. Could use this one. This is for par. Did the job right there. Now to the par 3-8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss. That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Knocks that putt in for par to stay at 3 under. So that's a drop shot. Rounding out the opening 9 here at St. Andrews. And Frank, this par 4 features a couple of fairway bunkers that players will have to contend with.
Yeah, this is a fun hole when you first stand on that tee and look at it. You see those bunkers smack bang in the middle of the fairway. The last bunker there in the middle is called the end hole. This hole is called the end. But this green, too, is so flat, very, very difficult to read. But if you get there, pull the head cover off the driver. Remember, this is the only chance you get to play the old course.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Ready for a second shot, trying to knock it on the green. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, this has been impressive. Game plan, stuck to it, hitting some quality shots.
He's really done his homework on the golf course, swinging well, and there's a few holes to go too. And this round could get even better.
This is a 16-footer. That's birdie, and that's just another example of how everything seems to be clicking today, especially on the greens.
Yeah, good green reading too. You've got to take your hat off to that. The line has been perfect, and the pace has matched it.
Drops the putt to go to 2 under. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back 9, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, we talk so often about striking a golf ball. This player is a superior ball striker, but there's another element involved, isn't there?
It's called distance control. It's not the number on the bottom of the club you're hitting. It's knowing how far it goes to avoid mistakes just like that.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Frank, not close, but not bad either.
You can always make the odd 20-footer, and that's exactly how far they are away.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Good stroke, just came up empty. Just a little tap in here. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Drops for a par. Frank, another famous hole, this time the par 311.
Yeah, this hole was made famous by the left bunker, which is called the Hill, where Bobby Jones, when he first played St Andrews, couldn't get the ball out of the bunker, so in the end he actually ripped up his scorecard. A lot's changed since then, but the hole hasn't lost its luster.
Birdie try up next. This is a 23-foot putt. Do that.
Gives it awkward length.
Has it, and he's 2 under par. Now at the 12th, and Frank, when you put the peg in the ground here, are you licking your chops?
Well, you are, unless you're playing into a head breeze, because if you are playing a head breeze, then you've got to worry about the 4 bunkers that are in the middle of this fairway. Touch of help, or if you're a long hitter, then all you've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker just short of this green. There is gorse left and right.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering
it looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Second shot now for Keegan Bradley. Early part of this back 9 and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, he has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know, the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Well, that looked for all the world like it was dead center.
I've got no idea how that missed.
A birdie putt for Keegan Bradley. There you have it. Well done. Great putt. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Now to the par 4 13th, and again, Frank, it's all about avoiding the bunkers.
Yeah, another hole that forces you to go either right or left of something that you can see. The 2 bunkers called the coffins right up ahead. You can also go beyond those, and if you do, then you've got a much shorter shot in, but you've got to avoid those fairway bunkers. They are very costly.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
Well, it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow through. And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Settles in over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been.
Keegan Bradley for par.
And he makes it for par. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your third shot to 14.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. And setting up here in the rough.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Do that, Frank. What a putt.
I don't go that far on a holiday.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Good work right there, now to 6 under. Frank, the 15th here at the Old Course, just a classic example of links golf, where you might be aiming for something that isn't even on the golf course.
Exactly. There's a nice line there in between the two humps that you can see in front of you off the tee. If you keep looking down, you'll see the church steeple. That's the perfect line for the tee shot. Got to be careful with the second shot coming up. You see the 16th tee and out of bounds to the right of this green, and that little pot bunker that protects the front.
That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, you just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot.
Well, when you can't reach the green out of a fairway bunker, do the next best thing. That's put the ball in play. That's exactly what we just saw.
Smart shot. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Now the 2011 PGA champion Keegan Bradley on the approach shot. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Frank, this is a cross-country putt. He'll have a go at it, though, for birdie. We'll see.
There's no backing down here. This is going to go up and down and all over the place. But a chance to go in.
That was not a very good read right there. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. So they'll tap in. -3 now for the round. All right, Frank, another par 4. It's the 16th. Players trying to make their way to the house, standing up in one piece. What's the best way to get at this hole?
Well, the normal player would actually try and hit the ball down the left. I've seen the odd player try and hit it down that out of bounds line and sort of flash it down the right side, but really there's not much of an advantage, Rich, unless you're the longest hitter in the business. So a little short and a little left of the principal's nose is a nice setup for the second shot here at 16.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. Birdie chance for Keegan Bradley.
Well, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
So with that make, now at 7 under par. Nice par to remain 3 under. Now at the 17th tee, and Frank, this is really when you begin to feel the weight and the history of the old course bearing down on you.
And you also feel the nerves as well, because you're having to hit it not just at a fairway or over a bush, but over the corner of an out of bounds. And you'll see there's a little sign up there that says Old Course and Country Club. So you've got to pick the exact letter for the line that you want to hit it across. Hit it down the right side. This hole certainly becomes shorter. Left, you find the left and short. You find the road hole bunker. A little right and long, and well, there's a chance of going out of bounds or on the road itself. Well, that's got to be 300 yards, isn't it? Nice.
Looks good. This, the second shot here at the par 4. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, whom you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or 2. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through.
Bradley has this one for par. Oh, that hurts. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Good, solid par right there. So a tester from 4 feet. Has it, and he's 2 under par. Frank, is there a more famous landmark in the sport than the tiny Swilcan Bridge?
I think when you think of this game, the way in which we've followed it and covered it, Rich, over the last decade plus, no. It is just symbolic, not just with this golf course, but the game of golf itself, because every great champion has managed to make his foray across to Scotland and play the old course and walk across that bridge.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Second shot, good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. 90 yards. I really love the caddies at St. Andrews, wisecracking old-timers. Guy hits a shot hard into a gorse bush on the left, and he turns to the caddy and says, "Is that okay?" And the caddy says, "Does it look okay?" Hit another one. Another instance, Guy was stuck between two clubs. 6-iron, 7-iron, 6-iron, 7-iron, back and forth. Finally, he chose the 7-iron, hit it about 15 yards in the ground, and the caddy looked at him and said, "I guess we'll never know, laddie, will we?" Needs this for par. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. And it's a long way to the hole from here, never easy. That's good. I like it. Oh, they're going to love it. What a putt. So just a formality here. So finishes the round with a 66. Frank, that was just a dazzling display of golf today.
It's amazing how a game at times that can be so hard and just absolutely drive you crazy can appear to be so simple. This was just an absolute joy to watch today.
So that'll do it for Frank Nobilo and our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.